Hey, here's the challenge. We're going to make a game, a frame, and an NFT together, hopefully all in less than 30 minutes. Only thing I'm coming in here with is the idea of the game. I had it last night. Everything else we're just going to do together. Let's see what happens. We're going to do bun create Vite to make a new Vite project. I'm going to call it waterfall because that's going to be what the game is. We're going to do JavaScript because I hate TypeScript. We're going to do bun I and open up cursor. Most of this code is going to be written by cursor. Let's start the timer. Let's go. All right, boom, boom, boom. Index, source, main.js, delete all of this code, delete style.css. There's faster ways of doing this. I'm already wasting time. All right, let's do it the faster way. rm counter.js, rm source javascript.js, and then let's go here. Open up the sidebar, go to agent mode, say, hi, this is a brand new Vite JavaScript, not TypeScript app, and vanilla.js, not React, to set up Three.js and show a blue water-like gradient in the background, 100% height, 100% width. Can you help me with that? All right, while that does that, I'm going to drink some of my trusty Diet Coke. I guess I could explain the game now. We're going to do a game where water droplets fall down from the top of the screen. You have to tap on them to pop them. If you don't tap on them to pop them, water level from the bottom of the screen rises up, and when you have no more room for the water droplets to fall, you lose. The score mechanism is going to be how many seconds you can last in a game, I think. I think that's what we'll do, but we'll see what happens. And then obviously it's going to be a frame v2 because if we're not building this for Farcaster, what the fuck are we doing? Okay, gonna let this, did it install? Yeah, I used the npm instead of bun. I should have told it I use bun. Whatever, we're good. Okay, sure. That looks like a cool gradient. Bun dev. Let's look at it. That's a black screen. Let's inspect element. What are we missing? Shader material. Fragment shader is not compiled. I actually know how to fix this issue, just for the record, but I'm gonna give it to 3. This is the slowest part. Thank you. Thank you. Beautiful. 1, can we do a lighter shade of blue? 2, on the bottom 50px, can we do a waterline with curves and stuff and animate the waterline? 3, can we put a raindrop at the top of the screen with a pointy top and a curved bottom? And then you gotta thank Claude, because one day it's gonna become sentient. Again, back to the trusted Diet Coke. So the game's going to be in Vite vanilla.js. The NFT is going to be an ERC20 using Soulmate, because if you use Clanker, you might as well not be doing anything yourself. And then the frame is just going to be a frame. Yes, the 30 minutes is going to include me texting my friends. And let's check the timer, 2 minutes. Okay, I might not make it 30 minutes, but let's see. That is the ugliest water droplet I've ever seen in my life. Let's say that water droplet is ugly. I'm sorry. Can we do a circle, then pinch it at the very top? Make it a little taller than a circle. Again, could do this myself, but would rather not. What we're going to do is incorporate this. We're going to incorporate some of the elements from here, like squash and stretch, and I think only squash and stretch, because the rest of them are kind of not needed. We're going to come here. That is a fucking ellipse. Yes, I want a teardrop shape. I feel like that's what I told you, but that's fine. Am I wasting time? 3 minutes. I could start working on an NFT right now. I might start working on an NFT at the same time. All right, we're going to go up here. I use Forge and Soulmate for my NFTs. So I'm going to go to work, Forge, what is it, Forge init? Fuck me, Forge init. Save that. That's still the same exact. Am I missing something? No, it's the same exact thing. Forge init. I knew that. Forge init. Mictir, waterfall, waterfall contracts, for CD waterfall contracts forge init. Okay, and then we're gonna just double team this at the same time. I am not going to make an upgradable contract because that's going to make it go out of the 30-minute time window. So we're just going to do a regular ERC20. Let me set up Soulmate. Cool. And then I'm just going to open up here. Hi, this is a brand new Forge project. Can you please change my, what is it called? Counter? Counter. Source counter soul into an ERC20 called water with waterfall token as the name and mint 3k of it to the owner when it is created, and we are using Soulmate, not OpenZeppelin. Okay, let's let that one go. Let's go back here, see if it made any progress. Better, but I fucking hate it. Chat.openai.com. Can you please make my water drop more of a teardrop and like an elongated teardrop that's falling down? It's messy right now. We don't have time to waste, so we're going to use O3 Mini High. Does this make any sense? Okay, cool. Buddy, we need so many more things. I should talk out loud. I'm just going to add all the basic stuff that we need in a contract. Most water, 3, can you add allow listing and deny listing features for rejecting bad actors? For, I think that's everything I need, actually. Yeah, it's everything I need, and we're not going to do upgradable, so no proxy. Let's see what ChatGPT said. I am not going to read this. Let's just give that in there instead. And then, oh god, you got to rename the file, man, and then you got to write the script and the test files. Come on, I shouldn't have to ask you for that. Thank you. Boom, let's just check this code. Is allowed, is denied, owner, is holder, private array of holders, that's for the high scores. This one's going to be a little tricky because if we have holders that are banned, it's going to be whatever. Don't need to talk about that right now. ERC20, yep, that's it. 3000 goes to me. It's 18 like everything else. Mint, I'm going to replace the mint, rename to record score and pass in a score value. The score is the highest in the list of the top 10 scores, mint 50. If it's in the top 25, mint 5, else mint 1. Okay, let's look at this. Animate in the wrong way, but we'll just do it. Can you make it animate from the top to the bottom? Right now it's going from the bottom to the top. And can you elongate the height of the teardrop? And can we make it have, I just said it. What is it? Squash and stretch. There we go. It hits the water line. I want it to pop like a particle burst. Didn't spell particle right. That's okay. Okay, let's read this code super quick. I care more about reading the ERC20 code because it's immutable. The game, we can change it anytime. Yeah, again, this is going to be really, really tricky with the allow list and the deny list, but that's okay. We need to also, can you update top scores to reflect that people who have a top score but get banned should lose their top score and everything else should move up 1. Let's check here. That's good enough for now. Make the teardrop stop when it hits the water, and can you make it increase the water level by 5%? Did it? Okay, it says it did do squash and stretch, so we're gonna do that, and it says stretch is, I'm gonna do 10. What the fuck? Okay, we'll do 1. Okay. Oh, it looks so good until it isn't Correct. 9 minutes? Oh my god, we might not be able to do this in 30 minutes. I'm embarrassed. Okay. Cool, cool. Yep. Perfect, perfect, perfect. This is gonna set up the increase the gas fee, but we're on base, so it really doesn't matter. Get top scores, add holder, get top holders, remove, allow, deny, remove, remove player scores, transfer. Okay, cool. Can you make an owner-only function to recalculate the top scores that and can you please start working on the deploy script and the test files? Be sure to test all the ban unbanned cases. Also, the file names should go from counter to waterfall. Okay, let's come in here. So close. So close. Squash, stretch, we're gonna one move stretch to 1.0 to make we lost the particle effects when it hits the water line. Okay, but it is doing exactly what I asked it to do, which is good. We also need to animate the water line when we get there. Let's just give that in there. 3, we need to animate the increase in the height of the water line after the particle burst finishes. Basically, you can see the basics of the game right now. We just have to add in some raycasting to just we have to add in raycasting to click the bubble and make it pop, but we will get there. 11 minutes. We're speeding up. Recalculate top scores. Only owner. Perfect. Let's rename the files. Let's go here. You're not done yet. Okay. I was kind of hoping it would rename the other files instead of creating a new deploy script, but that's okay. I also feel like we need to, there's something we need to add in here, but we'll get there when it gives us the error. And it has not, there we go, it's doing a test file now. Okay, cool. Then it hits the water, it stops, and then a few half seconds later it bursts. I want it to burst right when touching the water. Also, what's going on here? Also, when the water line animates, it is always starting from the base height. I want it so when the third drop comes in, it starts from the second drop's height and gets taller, not start from the base height. Okay, is this done yet? Nope. Okay, let's come here. RM test counter, RM script counter, forge build. I'm pretty sure I'm going to get an error. Yep. Unused local variable in the deploy and unused local. Oh, the test one's fine. I don't care about that. Let me just quickly look through the test to make sure everything's okay. Okay, it needs to add some. Can you add some more tests around the top scores? And can we add a max score in the contract of, let's say, 1,000? I'm only doing this because people have been hacking, and I do not love it. So, people were hacking my other games, so now we have to worry about that shit. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Raindrops and burst them in air, and if they are burst in air, it doesn't increase the water level. Cool. Are you done yet? It's adding more tests. Okay. Forge build, does that work? Perfect. I thought there was going to be an error that we'd have to update in the foundry.toml, but I don't know shit. 11 minutes, 13 minutes. Okay. You got to go faster. How you doing? Yep, let's try it. Forge test. VV. My goodness, that's a lot of errors. And then obviously OBS lost my microphone, but I didn't notice. So now we have to do a voiceover. But let's just keep going through this. So I'm going to send the errors into Claude, and I'm going to see if we can figure out what's going on. And then we're going to go back to the game and try to fix the click state listening. So it's not done yet. We're just going to go back to the contract. It's not done yet either. Okay, the game finished. We're going to try clicking it. It's not working. Why is it not working? Ignore that my lips are not in line with what I'm saying because this is a voiceover. Okay, let's ask Claude to fix the click state. I should make some keyboard clicking noises so you can hear my Cherry MX Blues. We're going to run the tests again. Same exact error. Fun fact, we're going to find out in a few minutes that it was not actually an error with the test. It was an error with the code, but I'm not going to spoil that. I guess I did spoil it, but let's see what happens when we get there. We're going to go back and we're going to try to figure out why the click handling isn't working. Drink some more Diet Coke. Yeah, our click handling is not working. Thank you. Let's try to fix it and let's add some safe area around it so you can actually tap on it and it works easier. Cool. Let's test it now. Still not working. That is rough. That is rough. It's now at the point where I'm beginning to question my life and all of my decisions and if I actually know how to program. Let's just send it over to Claude one more time and see if it can figure it out. And then, yeah, let's make it easier to tap. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Oh, I wish you could hear my keyboard clicking. It's my favorite sound on the planet, but oh well. We're going to try running the test one more time. It's going to fail with the exact same error. We're going to say, what the hell is going on? And then soon we're going to realize these errors are actually accurate, and it's why we do unit testing. I'm going to go back to the game and see if the code's done. Nope, not done yet. Okay, let's see if, nope, okay. Forge test, exact same error still. You would think at this point I would understand that the error is not actually with the test, it's with the contract itself, but I'm just going to keep trying over and over again until we can figure it out. All right, all right, all right. We're just going to give up and give it all to ChatGPT and say, why is this shit not working? And ChatGPT is going to say, the issue is not in your test, it's in your contract. I use O3 Mini Hive, which is part of the $200 a month plan, but I love it. To God, completely worth it. Okay, and then let's send in the error so I can understand what's actually going wrong. The warning at the top we can ignore because it's just the warning, and then let's see if it can figure out what's going on here. Cool, back to the game to try to fix the click state. It's kind of working, but it's not actually working, so we still need to figure out what's going on. Let's just tell Claude exactly what's happening and pray that it's going to resolve it. Let's see what happens. God, I hate that it cut out the audio, but whatever. We'll do a voiceover instead. Okay, and then here's ChatGPT thinking. It's doing its hardest. Okay, and then let's go back here. 17 minutes. Oh my goodness, I'm not going to make a 30-minute time window. Okay, that is getting better, but the click is still not working. Let's see if we can figure that out. Really wish you could hear my keyboard clicks. It's Cherry MX Blues, so it's the loudest. I used to have it in an office, and everyone would be like, Hazard, can you get a different keyboard? And I'd be like, I got this so that this would happen. What the fuck are you talking about? God, really hate that I can't figure out this click listening stuff. You would think that I'm a programmer, but I'm really, really bad at this. Still, we could always analyze the code ourselves and try to figure out what's happening, but I am addicted to Claude, so I'm just going to have Claude do it. I also want to say shout out to Cursor for being the best $20 a month I spend. 18 minutes. Yeesh, we are not going to make 30 minutes. All right, it's going to add some debugging code so we can check the console. Let's see what happens. While it's doing this stuff, I'm just going to set up the actual frame stuff. I'm not sure if this is cheating or not. I'm just going to copy and paste code from another frame that I have. Really don't know if it's cheating, but you can see my head saying, is this cheating? Is this cheating? But whatever. And then this is just basic code for connecting to the frame SDK. So gonna grab that, gonna put it here, and then fun fact, I'm gonna waste around 10 minutes forgetting that I needed to add a uh, IIFE around this because I'm doing a top level of 8 and that doesn't work in code, in normal code. But whatever, we'll fix it. Spending a few minutes dealing with tabs and spacing, which is not. I could have just hit format file and it would have taken care of it, but I nerd sniped myself. Let's see what this is. It was an actual issue with the contract. It wasn't an issue with the tests. This is why we do unit tests, guys and gals. So we're going to take that, we're going to update it in our actual contract code. We're going to replace our calculate token from score method with the one ChatGPT sent. We're going to actually look at it and make sure it makes sense. Man, I really wish the audio for this hadn't cut out, but I wasn't looking at OBS on my second monitor while I was doing this. But anyway, all this has passed now, which is great. Let's just deploy it to Sepolia. We're going to do forge deploy. I kind of forget what the command is. And there it is, forge script, not forge deploy. So we're going to do forge script, script slash deploy.s.sol. RPC URL is going to be Sepolia. I don't remember what the actual Sepolia RPC URL is, so I try to search for it. Um, that's not it. That's alchemy. That's not what I want. Let's search for the actual base URL. There it is, base docs, and it is sepolia.base.org. So we're going to come here. We're going to do RPC URL Sepolia. We're going to do -- private key to bring in my private key. And then we're going to say broadcast to actually deploy it. It says I don't have private key set, so I'm going to source my .env from another project, which actually has my private key and actually has my stuff in it, so we can actually connect it. Cool. Now that it's sourced, we're going to do a test of mainnet. Fuck, I need to update my deploy script because my private key doesn't have an OX in the front of it. So let's go back to the mint function and say, can you make the deploy work without OX in the front of it? Thank you. Cool. Then we go back here. Let's see if the click works now. The click works now. That's fucking amazing. Awesome. It's not exactly what I had imagined in my head, and it's also still going down the bottom of the screen after you click it, but that's good enough for now. Let's not worry about it. Cool. Gonna go back here and let's add basic scoring in here. The scoring is gonna be in HTML and CSS, while the rest of the game is gonna be in Three.js. Normally, this is where I kill myself basically because it's a mess to combine HTML and Three, but we will just do our best. And then the deploy script looks ready now because it is doing the checking of if it has an OX or if it doesn't have an OX in the beginning. Let's try deploying it. It's deploying correctly. Let's wait for the deployment to finish, and then let's go on Block Scout and make sure that it actually did upload. I don't know why I use Block Scout. There's other stuff that I could use, but and this isn't even Block Scout. It is. It looks different than what I'm normally used to. It doesn't look like what I'm used to it looking like. Okay, there it is. That's the actual Block Scout I use. What the hell is that site? Okay, coming through contract, it says waterfall token, so it is definitely an ERC20. When you look at the contract, it's not verified yet because we just uploaded it. Let's look up the forge command for verify contract. My God, this is a lot of documentation. I cannot read this in 30 minutes. So, and we are at 22 minutes each. So we're just going to go to Claude, my dear friend, and we're going to say, can you give me a forge verify contract command for this file? And then, that's the hash for the transaction. There's the actual contract address. Cool. Cool. The score functionality is in there now. It looks great. 0, 1, and it updates when you click, which is great. Can we make it so if the water line at the bottom goes above 90% of the screen, the game ends and we show a submit score or a try again option in a modal? Cool, cool. Come on, man. Type faster. Type faster. Okay, 23 minutes. Eesh. Okay, Claude says, oh my God, that's so many commands. And I need to get my Etherscan API key. Let me just have it put in the right chain ID for me. Let's try to get my Etherscan API key from Etherscan. I'm going to show it on the frame, but please nobody steal my API token. I mean, you could steal it if you really want. It doesn't do anything. It just lets you use Etherscan. But yes, I use OnePass because it's the best. I'm going to go to API keys. The page is not loading. I'm going to copy and paste this into Cursor so I can put in the actual stuff and then copy it. Etherscan's not loading. It's not loading. It's not loading. The API key is not loading. Gas price really down right now. Oh my God, why is this not loading? Come on, man. We are losing time here with this not loading. Okay, the game over modal is ready now. Don't have time to test it. Just going to keep going. Why the fuck is Etherscan not loading my API key? You know what? Fuck it. We don't need to verify this. The only point of verifying it is the contract would show up here, and also if we want to do a liquidity pool later, we need to verify the contract. Otherwise, you can't use it on SushiSwap or Uniswap, but doesn't really matter. Fuck it. We're gonna go in here. We're gonna add in some basic user context stuff to get their actual FID and their display name. We're gonna come here. Again, I'm going to spend way too much time fixing the tabs because I forget I can hit Control Shift P and format, and then we're going to put in the basic stuff here. Next step's going to be actually testing it in debugger. So let's go ahead and start doing that. I do want to give a shout out to the Farcaster team. The frames debugger is absolutely amazing, and the whole experience of making a frame v2 is really, really fun. The first one that I did last week, it took me about an hour or an hour and a half, but I'm obviously a lot faster at it now. And then let's just set up an app icon too while we're waiting on Claude. That is the wrong game. Oh, I need to update the frame URL in the header file. So let's go up to the top and word wrap, please. And instead of faldon.kazar.coz, it's going to be HTTP localhost 5173. That's the default port. We're going to refresh this page. We're going to hit play game. We're going to go to icon kitchen. We're just going to make a really, really quick app icon of a waterfall. Let's make it into a blue, I guess. And then, yeah, we'll download that. Cool. We're going to go to Cloudflare R2 to upload this image. We could use S3, but I fucking hate S3. And then Icon Kitchen gives you two files. It gives you a rectangular file and a circle file. Again, we could upload both of them and use them for different reasons, but for now, I'm just going to take the circle file. I'm going to go into R2 and watch me make a really funny mistake here. I upload a file called icon512, but I already had one from one of my other games, so it's actually going to replace the file. Oops. Go to desktop, grab icon 512. Yeah, you can see right here I realized I just replaced the file and I was like, eesh, that was what that shoulder shrug was. But when you click on it, it's the right thing. Who fucking cares? That's good enough. We're going to go here. We're going to update all of the URLs in the FC frame to point to the new image. We're going to change the name from bounce game to waterfall. And yeah, let's get yeah, I guess we'll update the splash background image. Sure, why not? Background color, I'm sorry. 26 minutes. We are not going to make 30 minutes. Okay, what should we do next? Let's test that the actual Farcaster integration works. So we're going to come in here, we're going to hit play game, we're going to check our console. Our console is actually going to give us a shit ton of errors. Await is only valid in async functions. I'm going to make a rookie mistake here, and instead of actually fixing it, I'm going to tell Claude to fix it for me, and it's going to nerd snipe itself. So let's see. Everything looks good here. Why can't I figure out why the async's not working? Fun fact, it's because I needed to add document.add event listener and then make that async. But yeah, fuck the contract. We're done with it for now. We're going to come here and we're going to say, hey, here's this issue. Oh my god, my microphone broke again. Fuck me. I think it's not actually an OBS issue. It's my microphone times out if there's no audio and I'm only talking, and I guess talking doesn't count as audio. But anyway, we're gonna set up GitHub so we can set up Vercel for it. We're gonna go here. We're gonna do git init. We're gonna do git that add dash a. Just FYI, if you ever do git add dash a, I would not hire you, and if one of my devs did it, I would fire them because it's gonna add anything that's in the local folder. But you know what? We just made this folder, so we know that there's no test code or any environment variables or anything in it. Make a mistake here of having Claude try to fix the await issue, load it again, and again, big shout out to the Farcaster team and the Frames debugger team. It makes life a lot easier. So we come here and we hit play game. Okay, let's just set it up on Vercel now that we're working on this. Ignore how many Vercel projects I have. It's Vite, so it's going to be instantaneous deploys basically, which is great. We come here, unexpected error, unexpected error, unexpected error. And then that image is the old icon-512. So because I changed the file name, it's still on the CDN. We're going to go here. We're going to try to figure out what the fuck's going on. I can't figure out why there's an await issue. That looks good. That looks good. Fuck it. Let's ask ChatGPT. So we're gonna ask ChatGPT. Why is this code getting this error? Where is the error? Oh, it's in a Chrome console. All right, let's go here. Let's copy paste the error in. And again, missed the document.onReady this entire time. That's all I had to do was fix that. Okay, Vercel's deployed now. Thank God. Let's add a subdomain to it because I really want it to actually be usable and other people to see it. So I want it on my site, not on a Vercel app. Vercel has really good built-in integration with Cloudflare. So all we have to do is click the button and it will set up the DNS records in Cloudflare. And then now that's golden. Let's see what ChatGPT says. It says we need to use type module. I actually don't think that's correct because I didn't do it in my other apps, but we'll go ahead and do it. Again, all I was missing was the document on ready. Let's come in here. Okay, the game's loading, which is good, and it's not airing now, which I guess is wonderful. I am now going on my phone, and I am gonna set up the Farcaster manifest file. So I'm going into Farcaster app, I'm going into settings, I'm hitting verify domain, I'm putting in waterfall.casr.codes, and it's gonna send me something that I can send to myself on my computer. I'm on my Windows machine, not my Mac, so I have to actually Slack it to myself, which is a little embarrassing. I'm sure there's a better way of doing that, but as you can see, the game's playing, and I am not touching it, and I'm trying to just set up the manifest file. Okay, so now we got the manifest file. We need to go in here, and we need to make a new folder in public called .wellknown, and then we're going to create a new file in that called farcaster.json, and then I'm going to grab the thing from my computer, from my phone, and copy paste it in here. And then this manifest is mostly just so we get by JC4P under it and we can enable push notifications and so on. I recently learned that a lot of people don't create their own manifest, which is really embarrassing. So we're going to update all of the icons in here. I love the default button text. I've checked this out. We're going to remove the webhook URL because we're not actually using webhooks. We're going to update the splash background image to match what we have in the FC frame. And then we're just going to make sure the game itself works. Hey, that game over screen looks good. We hadn't actually seen it before. Okay. User info. Boom, that's me, 977233. Perfecto. We are getting to the end now. All I want to do is actually show the FID on the top right of the screen now. So I'm going to ask Cursor to do that. We could show their username, but that requires using NAR and an integration layer. I do not feel like creating a backend for this because I don't want to leak my NAR key. So we're just going to All right, and then yay, the DNS is set up. I just uploaded a random version of the code to GitHub, so it doesn't work, but whatever. We're going to go in here. We're going to update that to localhost so I can actually use it in the frame. And yeah, actually, we're going to update it to the DNS because now we have a DNS set up. We're going to go here. We're going to update that again. Hey, that's my FID that's in there. 32 minutes. Oh my God, I'm over the 30 minutes that I wanted to do. That is so embarrassing. I wish I had done this faster. All right, we're gonna try to deploy this code, and guess what? Vercel's gonna give us an error, but that's because I know that it was gonna do it. Again, fix stuff is a horrible git commit message, almost as bad of a sin as doing git add -a. We're gonna go to the real debugger now, not the one on my computer, and we're gonna put in the game URL. We're gonna check if Vercel deployed yet. Error? What the fuck is error? That's me texting in the middle of this as if I'm not on a deadline. So it says error, which is not great. And then you look at the error, and it's saying wait at the top level and type module are not available in some Chrome stuff. I am not using my brain fully here, so I'm trying to figure out what to do. I'm going to send it to ChatGPT o3 Mini High, which, yes, if I didn't already say, is the $200 a month level, and my goodness, it is worth the price. We're going to think about this again. We're going to be like, what the hell's going on? We're going to see what ChatGPT says after this. Okay, great. 33 minutes. That's not great. Okay. Let's see what it says. It says error occurs because that's not useful at all. Oh, you know what? I okay, let's see what it's going to do, but eventually I will realize all I'm missing is a document on DOM ready, and then we'll add that in there. Here's me figuring it out. Okay, so now that we do the document content loaded, everything's going to be wrapped in a closure, so it's no longer top level of 8, and it's going to let us actually do what we want to do, if I can close that bracket correctly. There we go. That's going to fix the issue, so let's commit it, and then hopefully the frame itself will start working this time. Awesome. Add on document ready. That's an actual commit message that time instead of fix stuff or something, which is great. We're going to push this code to GitHub. We're going to hope that it deploys. Again, it's a near instantaneous deploy because it's Vite. We're going to close the local frames debugger because we don't need it anymore. 3435. That's really shitty. While this is happening, we're just going to deploy the contract to mainnet because it will need to be on mainnet eventually. Cool. Deploys to the same address. Let's check it on actual block scout for base, not for Sepolia. You come in here. Yep, it's an unnamed token. It was made by me. Again, the contract is not verified, but who cares? Again, the only reason that we would want to verify the contract is if we want to set up a liquidity pool so people can actually exchange the coin or speculate or whatever they want to do. But fuck it, that's just going to create more hackers that want to mess with us. So let's not worry about that at all. Add-on document already still failed. What the hell? Um, what could I? Oh my goodness, I'm an idiot. I forgot to make it an async function. That was the whole reason we were adding document on ready was to make it an async function. It would have been better if I. Haha, I'm an idiot. It would have been better if I actually tested it locally in the frames debugger, but I already closed the debugger, so we're just going to push, and because it's Vite, it's going to deploy immediately. So life is golden. Let's give it a second to deploy. While we're here, let's go ahead and make this repo public in case anyone else wants to use it. I really doubt anyone else will want to use it, but let's go ahead and make it public. Oh my goodness, there are so many steps involved in doing this. Grabbing my auth code from Authy, which I really need to migrate off Authy because it's been purchased now and it has a bunch of issues, but who gives a shit? I hope it's okay to type my auth code in on stream and no one's going to change it. And is it public now? Yep, it is public now. Okay, good. Good, good, good. So anyone who wants it can use that repo. It doesn't have a README or any documentation. Vite finished compiling, which is great. Let's just test the app. Okay, it's working great. Let's put it in the real production debugger. Dude, that is an ugly ass icon, but we do not have time to fix it. This is normally stuff where Keckers tells me I'm really good at MVPs, but I'm bad at polishing, and she is 100% correct. Okay, but it looks like the base frame is working. It's connected to my FID. Everything is okay. We're gonna come in here and I hate that icon. But when we loaded the frame and the debugger, you saw the old icon because again is adding in the actual game logic. So in here, we're going to do two things. We're going to, one, check your water level to maybe unlock special features or something. And you know what? Let's add an actual check to make sure we're on base after we do switch to base, just to make sure everything's okay. I'm really paranoid. Then we're going to get the logged in wallet, which used to be my Coinbase wallet, but now is my Warpcast wallet. Yay, Warpcast having a built in wallet. And then don't need the player stats, don't need if we wanted to add a leaderboard, we could do the other code, but we don't really need it. Where the fuck is my submit score function? It's not in this index.html. It looks like, oh, it's in a game logic. Okay. I haven't figured out that it's in the game logic yet because I'm doing this with the benefit of hindsight. There we go. I figure out it's in a game logic. So we try to go to the JavaScript. Where the fuck is the JavaScript? Index.js? That can't be it. There's nothing in that code base. Um, where is it? Oh, I'm an idiot. It's in a public folder. Okay, we go to public, we go to frame, we go to game.js. There it is. And then let's search for submit score somewhere in here. There it is. There it is. Okay, so we're going to grab this code on actually submitting your top score, and I'm not even going to test it. I'm just going to ask Cursor to drop it into the code base for us with an example. So let's copy paste just the RPC code. Let's send that into Cursor and say, please integrate this. And the address for the contract is so-and-so. And the only thing it takes is right here is me realizing I forgot to add FID into my contract. So I can't do a leaderboard that shows the top FIDs because the contract doesn't actually store the FIDs. God, I wish I had made an upgradable contract and I could fix it. I could also make a second contract, but fuck it. We're just doing this for the demo, so it's good enough for now. Gonna come in here, gonna try to figure out why this is not going. Record score. Okay, so let's send a record score into it. So in case it has to update the ABI, it will do what it needs to do. And then let's pray to God that it does it quickly because we are at 39 minutes, which is well longer than 30 minutes. Okay, there we go. It's getting in there. I really wish I had added FID into the contract, or I had made an upgradable proxy contract. But you know what? We get what we deserve in life. So let's go here. While that's happening, I'm going to add in the logic for actually getting your score. So again, the point of getting your score is if you want to, one, if you want to show your top score in the frame, but two, it's also if you want to do like, if you have more than 500 water, you can, I don't know, change your character to have a mustache on it, or change the color of the game, or whatever you want to do. There's a bug here that I'm gonna miss, which is wallet address is not defined. So, but I'm looking over it and I'm like, hey, that's okay. Looks like everything is okay. The balance of method is the exact same as this one because it's built into the ERC20, so we don't need to change the ABI. That was my face when I realized that it's a built-in method and we don't need to change the ABI. We're all good. All right, so let's go ahead and try to do that. And yeah, game address is that address. Cool, cool, cool. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And yeah, it's not fall down anymore, it's water. Again, I don't really know if it's cheating to use the old code, but we're here and we're there. And you know what? Feel free to copy paste my code yourself. It's public. So if you want to cheat, go ahead and cheat with me. I don't technically think it's cheating, but just go ahead and do whatever you want. It's your life. Uh, so there's an issue in the Farcaster frame debugger right now where if you try to switch to base, it completely kills it. I told it to the team and they weren't able to repro it, and they were like, can you send us a proof of concept? And I did not do that, so I really desperately need to send them a proof of concept. But let's come here and add in the base connection. The reason why I commented out that code in the thing is because if you try to use it in debugger with having that switch wallet code in, it will never finish connecting. And then basically all I want to do is try actually connecting to base and then come into the debugger and hit the mint button and make sure that it says, hey, check Coinbase wallet for something on your phone. If it does that, good enough, we can assume the minting works. Although I will say after I posted this on Farcaster, someone told me the minting does not work. So I really definitely should have tested it. But again, we get what we deserve in life. Coming in here, hello, the logged in wallet is reference error. I forgot a const. You can even see it right here because the color is different. But okay, let's add the constant. And again, this would be a lot faster if I was doing bun dev and I was testing it locally instead of committing each time for it. But Vite is near instantaneous on Vercel, so who fucking cares? Let's just go ahead and do it. Okay. Really wish you could hear my keyboard clicky clacking sound. It is truly one of my favorite things. 42 minutes. God, that is fucking embarrassing. I really thought I was going to do this in less than 30 minutes. Okay, cool. Let's check it one more time. Token balance comes in 3,000. Again, we're not doing anything with this right now, but we could gate some stuff like changing the color or making the game faster or showing the leaderboard or anything we really want to do with it. But it's good enough for now, and we're already 13 minutes past what our deadline was. So fuck it. Who gives a shit? Looks like it's working. Looks like it's working. This is where I decide that I'm going to reduce the scope of this project and give up on the leaderboard because I am way over my 30-minute time window. And yeah, let's add in the actual minting logic. So let's add in the, oh, actually, I'm going to try to make the game a little bit harder here, but then I'm going to tell myself, hey, that's not going to work. Let's just fucking launch what we have. So in general, what we have right now is you log in a frame. It shows you your FID. It shows you your balance. And when you finish it, it will try to mint it onto the actual base blockchain, which again has an issue that I should have tested, but oh well. All I'm going to do is I'm going to hit submit score here. It's going to show confirm on phone, and we say good enough for now. We'll deal with the rest of it later. Cursor is not done yet, so I'm going to uncomment that code so we actually deploy the code. It works and it's not on mainnet, it's on base. Cursor's really taken its sweet, sweet, sweet time to do this. So let's go ahead and say fuck it. We don't need to make the game harder or easier or make it random coming in because it doesn't want to do it anyway. So let's go ahead and commit one more time. So Vercel does another build. And it's actually at this point in the video that I say, come on, man, I have to be done by now. I was going to go for 30 minutes and I have actual work to do tonight, but oh well, whatever. I am not testing the frame on my phone to make sure that it actually loads. I would have connected my phone to the screen, but again, I'm on Windows, so connecting to iOS is a shit show. But almost at 45 minutes, eesh, eesh, eesh. Let's test it. There it is. The frame works, and you can hit play game, and it's on my phone in the thing. All right. Just FYI, the way to test it is to go into the settings in Farcaster, go to developer, and then go to frame, and you can preview your frame on the bottom. But I think we're good enough that I would consider this done. So we're gonna go and hit the button. Come on, Caster, hit the button. Come on, man, we're at 45:25. We're so over the 30-minute line. Hit the button. We're done. We're done. We're done. The project is done. Okay, there we go. 45, 32, 54. Way more than the 30 I wanted to do, but whatever. And again, to recap, what we have is the ERC20, what we have is the game, what we have is the Frame V2. The account association came from the Farcaster app when I went to the developer and hit generate manifest. The HTML is responsible for the scoring and the text on it. We have Farcaster connected. There's actually you should know that mixing HTML and 3JS is really difficult, and it gets into a lot of issues where in the HTML, if you have like perspective in a CSS and then you try to calculate the X and Y in 3, it's like, what the fuck are you doing? So the smarter thing to do would have been putting all of the UI logic in 3, but I am not very good at 3. I only started using it 3 or 4 days ago. So yeah. And other things I would have done differently is add in the leaderboard. I would have added in more stuff into the contract. I would have made the contract upgradable so I could add more stuff into it. I could, because I'm the only one that's using it, just deploy a new version of the contract, but whatever. We get what we deserve in life. And then at this point, I just want to give a shout out to the Farcaster team. Frames is fucking amazing. I haven't had this much fun building stuff in a very long time. I did try making NFT gated games 2 or 3 years ago, whenever that boom was, and it really made me want to claw my eyes out. So having this all be fully into Farcaster app is truly a godsend, and it makes it so I can actually focus on my game and then we can do other stuff. And again, if I wanted to do this better, I would have added FIDs into the contract. I would add a leaderboard. I would add in rewards. I would add in CGI, so when you get a top score, it shows a big thing. Do do do. Keckers just texted me saying she finished working on her frame. She's really going to judge me when she sees this because she says I'm really good at making MVPs, but I don't do any polish. And she is correct. So, all in all, again, big shout out to the Farcaster team. I truly appreciate the debugger tool and the environment you've made up. Frame V2 is super, 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 super fun. There's a lot of stuff in here that I would change if I had the time or the intelligence, but you know what? We get what we deserve in life. That's the moral of the story. And 45:32, not too bad. Would have been nice if it was under 30, but not too bad. All right, I'm gonna go work on some bugs now and maybe do my actual job. But I hope you guys enjoyed this and gals enjoyed this. And yeah, go play the game. Cool. We'll talk later.